Gonna let the people come in a little bit. Yeah.
Found a way back to love, a broken shell, a pearl within. You went through hell, but you're still here. You're still here.
Hey.
You took the chance on life and threw it all.
Hey, everybody, come on in.
Eyes open wide, and you're still here. You're still here. No matter what, you go back to one, back to the beginning. One, love will bring you to one.
I see you. There you are. How does it sound? Can you hear everything? Wow, Indonesia is in the house. Hey, Yazir. All right. Indiana. A lot of people here. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad you are here. Welcome to Wildcard Wednesday. I'm excited because I have one of my favorite people here with me today. The great Jairus, Mozee, J-Mo the Great is here. He's taking some time out of his busy schedule. How you doing, Jairus?
I'm good.
Thank you for coming. All the people are here. We got Louisiana, Maryland, D.C., Mississippi, Texas, Austin. New Orleans is in here, baby. New Orleans, New York, California, Oakland, hey, Oaktown. So glad everybody's here. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Gosh, that song you just heard, One from the Wild Card. Jairus wrote a lot of the music on this project, and I had to get him on Wildcard Wednesday so he can talk about his process and working together. He's worked with everyone. Anderson .Paak, Leela James, BJ, Chicago Kid is where I was introduced and heard his music on there. And I said, who is this guitarist? But we've been working together for a while, but never like sat down. Like we've been in passing a lot. And to finally sit down and write with you has been amazing. The process, and he wrote Anything for You, you guys know that. So gosh, New Jersey's here, Chicago, Dayton, Ohio. Look at all these people. God, I'm so happy you guys are in here. It's a really crazy time, but I had to do Wildcard Wednesday so I can show behind the scenes of some of the people that I've worked with. And so Jairus is here with us today. J-Mo, gosh, like what moved you into songwriting? Like, you're already an incredible, beastly guitarist. You're like, there's Prince, and then there's like J-Mo, and then there's Eric Walls for me. Like, I have my three little, my hugs. You know what I mean? You guys I'm a guitar group. He knows I'm a guitar drummer groupie. Like, I love guitar, anything with rhythm. It drives me crazy. But where are you originally from? I never asked that question. I just thought about that. Where are you originally from?
I was originally born in Indiana. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah.
Whoa.
I was born in Indianapolis, Indiana. My mom and dad got a divorce. And then I moved out to California with my mom, her hometown, Long Beach, when I was like 10 years old. Yeah.
Wow. See, I always thought you were from here because you so laid back. I was like, the people from here just chill.
Yeah, I got both, the best of both worlds. I was listening to one of your interviews. You're like originally from Louisiana.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of Oakland. I'm the same way. So I moved to California when I was in the 5th grade. So it's like I got the best of both worlds: East Coast, Midwest. My dad is really from Philly, so I got all that. You know what I'm saying? Philly soul. My mom is from LA, so growing up, we would always be in LA all the time, even before we moved to LA. So that's how I kind of got, it's in me.
There you go. That's where you get that from. But were your parents musicians or performers or anything, writers?
My dad is a phenomenal guitarist. His name is Ronnie Mozee. He was known throughout, the church and all that. He never left the church, but my mom's was like the singer, secretary of the church, you know what I mean? And my dad and my mom playing guitar on the road in California. So, that's how that happened.
Well, that makes, now it's all making sense. See,
yeah, my whole family is musically, like everybody in my family plays a guitar. All my cousins, uncles, we're like a guitar family. Our church is called the Church of the Living God. I don't know if you ever heard of Robert Randolph. He's like a crazy steel guitar.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's one of the like famous people from our church. So, but like our organization. Okay. Yeah, so instead of like Kojic being like, all keyboards, organ,
y'all guitars.
We're guitars. Yeah, so
but he plays that steel guitar like it's a piano though. He's
crazy. He's crazy with it. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, I remember seeing him on TV and I was like, who is that? But anyway, I go crazy over rhythm. So, but I wanted to play one of the songs before we go into more talking about more of your journey, just to get an idea. Oh, hold on, Ron is here. Technical stuff. What happened?
Keep freezing.
Oh, I'm freezing? Oh, okay. Is that better?
Yeah, don't touch it.
I didn't touch anything. Hey, everybody. Also, if you have questions, if you're watching, go ahead and put those in the comments and Ron can catch them. But I wanted to play one of the songs, Jairus. But this was the question. What happened that made you start wanting to do songwriting? Writing with other people. That's what it was.
Yeah, my bad.
Because you're such an amazing guitarist. And then what happened with how did you lead to the songwriting?
So basically, I have it in me, just being creative. I was always the person at a jam session or wherever, and I'll always be the one to start it off. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know what I mean? So a lot of people just don't know how to put together chord changes, and I noticed that early on. So I just maybe like I want to say 5, 6, 7 years ago, I really honed in on just saying, okay, I'm gonna be a songwriter producer. You know what I'm saying? I was always doing it since I was like 15, 16, making beats, you know what I'm saying, for people in the hood and all that stuff. So I was always doing it, but of course I had my guitar career going on. So
yeah.
I was on the road with Lil Wayne, and he was like,
New Orleans.
It's funny, yeah. It's a funny story though. We was going to MTV Awards, and right after the show, I had been on tour with him for like maybe 2 years, almost a year and a half. So he comes up to me and he's like, we're on a riser. He's like yelling up. He's like, "Yo, guitar!" Like he never knew my name. You know what I'm saying? And that hit me in that moment. You know what I'm saying? It hit me. I'm like up here sweating for this guy, you know what I'm saying? Like going like super ham every night for like a year and a half, and he don't even know my name. And I'm sitting, and I was always fighting that on the inside. Should I just stop touring and just go in the studio and just, be what I want to be in my head? I always knew I was a producer and I could be a Grammy Award winning and all that.
Yeah.
So I've been playing the guitar behind artists. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it clicked for me. Lil Wayne made it click, and I was like,
wait a minute, folks. They need to know my name.
Yeah, they're not.
Jairus said they need to know me.
So I took that time and I basically left from touring. Maybe like for the past 4 or 5 years, I haven't been like touring with artists. I just been writing songs. This is what I always loved to do since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm just a creative person. It's hard for me to sit behind somebody and just
so who was
do
your
what
first?
They want.
Who was your first artist that you worked with as far as songwriting?
Songwriting.
Do you
as
remember?
far as somebody that's like that was doing something like moving around was BJ Chicago Kid. That was the first person that was kind of actually doing something. Because like everybody else I would work with, they was like doing stuff in the hood locally, stuff like that. But shout out to D Harper. I was working with a guy named Daryl Harper. He did a lot of the stuff from Tupac, Machiavelli. And he was kind of training me up as a songwriter, producer. And shout out to Shago Williams. These are all Long Beach cats, like Long Beach dudes that, they was working with Snoop and Tupac. And they was the ones that kind of, trained me up in the studio how to, just be creative and, just little tricks here and there,
you wrote on "Turning Me Up" too. "Turning Me Up," that BJ song. Oh, I love that
I
tune.
produced that joint. Yeah.
Ooh, you did that, man. Just amazing. That's why I'm like, oh my god, I gotta have him on the next album. I was like, Rex, I have to have Jairus. I gotta have him, J-Mo, on my next project. I don't care what we have to do. We can wait forever. I gotta get him. But let's play. I want to play Weekend and everyone's commenting and talking about you with Rasan, and they're saying your ideal music. But we'll ask. Let's play one of the songs that J-Mo wrote with me. Weekend. Here we go.
Can't wait for the weekend. Can't wait for the weekend. I'll be hustling for that pay. Yeah. Every day from dusk till dawn. It's all work and no play. I'm knocking out deadlines to get to you tonight. When we get under the covers, it's ooh, feelings. So I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. The only thing that I'm checking is you. 'Cause you're right where I wanna be. Can't wait for the weekend. Ooh. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, ooh, morning, evening, afternoon. I'll be waiting all week just for the weekend. I can't wait for the weekend. Ooh. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, ooh, morning, evening, afternoon. I'll be waiting all week just for the weekend.
Ooh, killing. That was a crazy day, man.
You're crazy. You're a dope artist. That's all I gotta say.
I'm a musician. Man. I'm trying to hang out with y'all, man. That was such a great day, J-Mo. We did like 4 songs in one day, and then we made up Weekend, right? On the spot. We were just, I was like, come on, listen to these tracks and listen to Roof. And we were just listening to all these wonderful soul records from the day where they had the band energy. So it was like, oh, and every time y'all would come up with something, I think for me, I wanted to, like, BJ does it, PJ does it. A lot of artists are bringing back the musicianship and into the music. And it's always there, even when it's a track, because there's people like the guitarist, like yourself, producing, making sure that instruments are inside the music too. When we were working on a lot of the music, what did you find? How did you come up with ideas? What were you inspired by when you were creating your parts and, working with Rex and stuff like that?
I'm just, I love being a sponge and, just feeling the energy and the vibe. So this is my first time really being in a room with you.
Yeah.
When we were doing like anything for you, and I was just, engulfing in your energy, what I'm saying? And just trying to catch everything that you're throwing out, your vibe, everything, and just trying to, learn you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it can come out in what I'm playing. So that's all I'm thinking about when I'm playing. I'm just trying to connect spiritually, you know what I'm saying? And so that way it's everywhere already. You know what I'm saying? To me, like it's a weird thinking.
I have never heard that before from an instrumentalist. From a creator like yourself, because you're not just instrumental, you're producing too. But usually people are who play instruments are thinking technically, and you're thinking spiritually. That's beautiful.
I think I learned everything I can as much technically. So then now I can take that and spiritually connect. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always picking up, you always got to pick up things technically here and there. But I think it's more about connecting with the energy of the spaces around you and just engulfing in energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never, you're like, the only other person I've heard say that is Prince. So, yeah.
And that was one of my mentors. That was my first like real big gig. I was 17 and he was sending cars and pick me up from school. And I was his guitarist. I was his personal guitarist for like 6 months. Yeah.
Now it's making sense. See how much I don't bug you? See how much I don't. This is my way of being nosy.
It's all good. Nah. Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. Being in LA, you know, it's just a lot of things happen.
That is, well, I get it. Completely. But that's beautiful. So that's why it's important, probably for you, I'm guessing, that you feel comfortable with whom you're creating with when you're producing and songwriting. Am I right? Is it like
that's like number one with me. That's number one, because I can't connect with you if it's just, I've been in sessions where the artist does not totally respect the everybody around them, and that just throws everything off. You know what I'm saying? So I like artists that, like, I was in a session with another, I'm not even gonna name his name, but he's really famous. He came in the other day and he was excited to just meet everyone in the studio and say hello, and just those little things to me like makes everything go amazing. You know what I'm saying? Versus somebody coming in and just being all extra, you know, Hollywood and shy or whatever it is. I think it's just good to just get to know the people in the room.
Yeah.
Even if it's somebody that's not even doing anything, that person could give you a line or any type of little energy that you don't even think that you were supposed to get. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I completely
get it. Off the people in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I come in with my band or my engineers, from the person handling my clothes, whomever. It's like, it's important that everybody has the same energy or it won't work. You know, it
won't work.
It's transferable. And I used to think I was the only one that thought that, till, you know, a lot of the greats would say that the energy has to feel good. They'll mispay if the energy's not right. And you're one of those people. You're like, it ain't right. Anybody have questions? I want to make sure. Ron, is there any questions from anyone, or is just comments? Are you guys enjoying everything? What was the name of that song that was playing? Hi, Marco Vergara. Marco, that's from my new project, the Wild Card, and that song was called Weekend, WKND. So go pick it up. My name is Ledisi. You're probably new or not, but that's the name of that song. So please pick it up. Who has been your favorite artist to create with? Someone wants to ask you that question, J-Mo.
I would have to say it'll be between BJ and Anderson. BJ is a little tougher to work with. I'll be honest, that's my bro. He's a little like, that's my guy. But that's what I think, that's what makes us so great, because we're always pushing each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's always gonna be on my top favorites to work with. Like, he pushed me to be, you know, where I'm at right now. Like, he's one of the people that really pushed me. And then I would have to say, other than him, Anderson .Paak is like,
that's a drummer.
This dude is like when you see him in the studio, he's just different. He's just a different person. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows how to tap in and just get the right thing going. He knows what's whack, you know what I'm saying? Like, he knows when to say, oh, that's trash. Like, nah, let's go to something else. Like, I love people like that.
You know, like BJ the honesty.
Yeah, BJ does that too, but he'll get quiet on you. Like, so if you play something whack, he'll be like, he ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a reader of people, and I like, you know, that's how I am. But Anderson and BJ, those are my top two for sure.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Hey, Tonya, I saw you and everybody else saying I love you, Led. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with J-Mo and I. Anything else? Any other questions before we move to another song? Oh, J-Mo, I wanted to talk about, you guys don't know this, but J-Mo is also an artist, as you can tell. You get that artist energy too. Is there a difference and he has a new project called The Garden. Please pick that up. It's available on all music platforms. It's beautiful. It's just not what you expect. The colors on that is just amazing. You played it for me before it came out, and I was blown away. I was like, and I can't believe I don't have it. I'm going to get it. I promise you, as soon as we get off. But what I heard is freaking phenomenal. It's classic. How would you describe your music? But also, before you answer that question, I wanted to know the transition from being the songwriter, producer, and guitarist, and into being an artist. Is it different? Is it what you expect? Is it harder?
I'll say this: I've always been doing all three at the same time. It's just people never knew it. You know, they just saw guitar. You know,
yeah, see, I don't see that.
Now. Yeah, so it's just now that I'm getting all this out to the world. I was always had like a residency at they had this place called Cozy's, and they had this another place called Harvell's. I was doing something at in Santa Monica, but I always kept a residency ever since I was like 17, 18.
Wow, that's
always
beautiful.
Doing shows and on the mic, you know, getting my voice together. I never was the best singer or anything like that, but I always kept a band and was always the leader of a band. You know what I mean? Ever since I was a kid. So that's always been inside of me. It's just now, I've been developing it over the years. And I'm still getting it together right now. But
so, what made you create the garden? Was that a long-term process, or was it just you just decided, okay, I'm going to make this and focus on it?
What was you about to say? Because what?
Huh? What?
You were rounding up the question. I didn't want to cut.
No. You're right. You were right. No. What made you create the garden? Your new project that's out right now.
So basically, I was just trying to find, just something different that I just felt that was missing, and it just wasn't a lot of. I think we're missing that psychedelic sound these days. We need that, what I'm saying? Because it's like it's more of a higher conscious type of sound. So when it comes on, it turns your brain on to a different frequency. So that's what I was just trying to do, make an album like that, just to get people on a different wave, a different sound wave of what's going on right now.
I love your voice on it. I'm going to be honest.
I appreciate it.
I love it. And I would tell you the truth. I love it. I love your voice on it. I was like, oh, he's singing. I couldn't believe you were singing. It was so beautiful. It's beautiful. That took a lot of work. You did a lot of it by yourself?
Yeah, I did probably like 75% of it by myself. And then I had a bro, shout out to Anthony Cruz. He helped me mix it and master it. Shout out to Sam Porter. He played drums on a couple of songs. On a song, Tayron Lockett played on one song. Who else? We got Stout. She's singing on.
I love Stout. Stout. Stout is amazing. She's incredible, man.
Yeah.
Woo, y'all gotta check her out. She has a new album too.
Yeah, check her out right now. Stout.
The Stout. It's amazing.
Yeah. And then
go ahead.
No, I just want to just get these people in.
Yeah, give them their credit. Yeah.
It's a girl named Queen Nia. She's amazing. She's very talented. She doesn't have any material out right now, but I'm guaranteed you're gonna hear about her in the future. But she's singing on my song called "Rain," featuring Isaiah Sharkey, another crazy.
Yes, Isaiah is amazing. He was actually supposed to work with me on the wild card too, but I couldn't get to Chicago, and then COVID happened because we were gonna link up and do some stuff as well. Yeah, his project is amazing too. Yeah, so he's on there now. I really I'm late. I'm sorry, Jamie.
Oh yeah, and that's all good.
I'm on it. Any more questions, you guys? Before we play another song from the wild card and talk about the process of it, but please go out while Ron's getting a question together. Go out and get The Garden by J-Mo. Jairus Mozee, J-Mo the Great. You can follow him on Instagram, and you can go and get his project on Apple Music. You can get it you can stream it on Spotify. It's there. So please support J-Mo and his work. It's beautiful. I mean, sonically, it's incredible. I just love it. Okay, what was the question? I missed it. Are you single, J? Ron, you know not to put those questions up. J-Mo, you ain't got to answer that question. Next question, Ron. Can you come sing at my wedding? No, I cannot. Who would you like to collaborate with on your next project? Is that for me or for J-Mo?
I want to hear your answer on that. I want to hear your answer.
You know, I really would like to probably do something with Salam Remy again. I also, my dream would be to work again. We were talking about it, but Q-Tip, I want to do something with them. And these are like my heroes from, you know, my childhood. Another one is Raphael Sadiq. I would love to do a full project with Raphael Sadiq and, you know, just see what he would create for me to do soul music, his version for me. Not me saying this is what I want, but letting him take the reins so I can see what that sounds like. Because I think that would be amazing.
He's phenomenal.
And we worked together on Turn Me Loose, so yeah.
Yeah, I love his taste. He has good taste.
Oh,
you know what
all
I mean?
the time.
So
all the time.
I think that comes across in everything he does. Like, I'm like, okay.
And I love
like me.
Last album he did went deep. It was just beautiful. J-Mo, how long have you been doing music? That's from
literally since I came out the womb, honestly. But I mean, really, like seriously, since I was 11 years old. That's when I, tapped in. I'm 33 right now, so you do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any more questions before I play another one from the wild card? And J-Mo and I could talk about it. Why don't we play the song? Let's go back to one again. I think that J-Mo has played on all, like half of the album, you guys. He played on Anything for You and wrote it with Rex and I. Next time he's on, now you're playing on Weekend. What Kind of Love Is That? He's also on One. He wrote as well on One. And wrote What Kind of Love Is That again. He's a co-writer on that. Let's play that. We haven't heard that. Because the guitar starts it off. Come on now. Woo! Oh, Jesus.
I'm caught up on a burning train, going nowhere, all for your love. When I want something, you're hardly there, and every time I call, you answer, babe, I call you right back. What kind of love is that? No, you don't be answering your phone. No. What kind of love is that? What kind of love is that? No, I'm walking. You're giving me the blues. Don't know what to do. Don't wanna assume, but what is it? Is there someone new? You keep leaving me by myself. Play your card if it's someone else. Don't know what to do. And when I'm ready to go, that's when you tell me that you love me. When I'm about to walk away, you say what I'm feeling ain't true. You say I'm your only one. Hey, but I feel different. Stop messing around, do better. Treat me better. Don't leave room for me to think that you're no longer mine. What kind of love is that? Leaving me open.
Let's just stop right there. Y'all gotta buy the record. We can't play the whole thing. Ooh, that was funky. Ethan Farmer on the bass and you on guitar. Oh my God, Marcus on keys and Brian Collier on the drums. Just ridiculous day. And I've never played with you guys. Like I just wrote with you. We've never played played together. Oh, Shanghai. Listening from Shanghai. All right, Josh. You better be in Shanghai. I love it. So gosh, that process. I sang a line and y'all went for it. You did exactly what boop. You and Ethan was right there. We got you.
Yeah.
And Brian, I've known Brian since I was playing in the nightclubs, like in the Bay Area. So he knew the beat I wanted automatically. I would do that same beat every gig. That process was so much fun writing that song. We, like I said, it was the old way, traditional. Like
it was a beautiful day. Everybody was just relaxed, having a good time. That's
and there was no egos. It was just chill.
Yeah. And it was all about you. We wanted to get that done. You know.
Yeah, but I was just like hoping you guys felt comfortable too, like making sure you're happy.
Amazingly comfortable. We were great.
And I was like, y'all need food. Y'all need something to drink.
No, it was great. It was awesome. And you know, having those guys like Ethan, and like Ethan is like an OG
legend.
Like, so he makes everything so comfortable and laid back. You know, and shout out to Marcus and Brian. Like these dudes are legendary dudes. Like they've been doing it for years. So it was just like fun. It was a walk in the park.
It was so beautiful. And Ethan, I never played with, never met him. That was our first time. He was nervous. We talked on the phone for like an hour and a half, like talking about bass lines. You know, I get real geeky about instrumentalists, like people that play the instrument. It's like I study the instruments, not because I consider you guys other voices. You're not like we're singers together. So when we're up there, we're all singing together. And people get confused when I say sing. I'm like, no, sing your part. And they're like, no, I'm not. I'm playing. I said, no, I meant play your part.
Right. Because that's one thing that I tell. Not to cut you off. I tell a lot of my students that when I teach people, and it's like they ask me, how do you improvise and how do you find your own voice? And I'm like, you gotta sing it. You gotta sing it in your head. What's that little voice that's in your head? That's you. That's your melodies. That's what you come up with. You know what I mean? So
but you're so cool to work with. You can cut me off anytime. What is the hardest song you recorded on the Wild Card? Wow, someone else asked me that. I'll say the most challenging songs were the ones that I was recording in my room during COVID, during the pandemic. I had to create a vocal booth because we weren't allowed to. I couldn't go to Rex's house and record, and couldn't go to Phil Boudreau's. We did In It to Win and Without You. I recorded in my closet, and Ron helped me pad the closet, and turned it into a vocal booth. The old-fashioned way. I love that. Brought up my skills being an intern, and started to figure out the latest equipment. I called Young Guru and Ivan and Rex, trying to figure out what to get. And I would just pray for Amazon and the post office to drop it off. I'm like, please show up on time. Because I had 2 weeks to get it done. And those were the last two songs. So I'm in my office. My neighbors, we just moved right before COVID. And if I didn't turn it in on time, I'd have to wait another week. And I wouldn't have a choice whether I wanted to put it out or not. But I wanted to get it done on time. And so I over text and FaceTiming and everything with Phil Boudreau. We were writing in It to Win. And he wanted all these harmonies. So he would lay his part, and then I would hear what he did. And then I would lay it here in my room is smaller. Ron's room's huge. This is his office, but it was smaller. And it's smaller, it's downstairs. And I would just be wailing in my room trying to get it done. Because those songs were hard. And there's there's 20 background vocals on In It to Win. I've got, yeah, baby, get it. Yeah, baby. I'm all in my room doing chants and
Doesn't it feel good
singing.
Does it feel good to you to record yourself and actually get all your emotions out with all these people around and all these extra opinions?
It reminded me of why I do music, was because when I first put out my first independent project, we were in the closet then, in a hallway recording by the kitchen. You know what I mean? And it was like, we wrote a song, Get Out My Kitchen. So I was like, okay, this is what it's about. Even at the end, I'm going to learn how to go back to the beginning again and feel it felt good to hear that I recorded all my vocals, I laid all my parts, and I built my space along with having my own label. It felt like God was trying to make sure I understood, you're gonna remember everything that you are on this project. You're a producer, You're not just a singer, you're a producer, you're a CEO
Right.
of your own stuff. Like, and that's why I admired you so much. I would follow you on Instagram and your Facebook page where you'd be playing, and we couldn't get together. Like, I couldn't see your show, but I would look through your Instagram like the. Because you've been making your own music for a long time, like, and you had your own shows going on, and it's like even the Stout, seeing her create her legacy, it's like it's really inspiring. And I said, well, if they're doing it, I could do it myself too. You know what I'm saying? But I had to
Yes.
learn all the way to go completely into engineering. Let's see.
Yes.
We have a question here. I know you have a history with Miss Rochelle Farrell. Have you two ever thought about collaboration? Two of the most unique voices in soul coming together. I have always. Rochelle Farrell was the first artist to. She introduced me to Prince too, and she was the first artist to let me share the stage. She flew me to Los Angeles from Oakland. We did a show in Oakland. I opened for her. After that show, she immediately bought tickets for me to open for her in LA, and she flew me, myself, and my whole band down. Her money, her own money, flew us down to open for her my first time in LA. And we did the what is that theater on Wilshire? I can't, not El Rey, but it's another theater further. But anyway, it's a huge theater that she had me open for her there for the first time, and I was bawling my eyes off on stage, and she came running out, and the crowd went crazy, and it was just a magical day, a magical evening for her to give me an opportunity. She was the one that forced radio to play my independent records. You know, she said, this album needs to be on radio. And I'm like, I don't have radio money. I can't get this. You know what I mean? Back then, we didn't have the internet. All we had was word of mouth and blue postcards and my shows. You know, all I had to prove who I am is my shows. So she was the first artist. I would love to work with her again if she ever wanted me. We did do some recording together. She has all the those recordings. I don't know where they are, but hopefully one day she'll put them out. But I'll anything for her. I'll run. Look, she the one helped me out and created an audience. Hey, Berlin, Germany. Any more questions before we move on? I wanted to ask you this question about you do. A lot of people love having like these sound samples from creatives like yourself. And you created a whole package of some of your samples of you playing and guitar and your producer stuff, your library of sounds. What made you want to, give an opportunity for people to use some of your sounds and stuff? Where did that come from? What is it called too? Give us the name again. I forgot the name. Forgive me.
So I started this website called swagsample.com.
Yes, that's
basically, I was, that's the new trend now. Everybody they download sound packs and they put it in their computer and blah blah blah. I was doing some stuff with like a few other big companies. I'm not going to name their names, but basically, they were sending me checks for like $100 here and there, and I'm just like,
whoa.
You know what I'm saying? Like something's not adding up, right? So something clicked in me one night. I was just like, let me just try to make a website and put a pack up myself and see how many people would, buy it directly from me.
Yeah.
And I put it up that night. I woke up in the morning. It was like a couple $100 in there or whatever. I'm like, this is more than I ever made with any other company or whatever. So I'm like, let me keep trying it. So I kept, this is like, almost 3 years ago now, 2 years ago.
Wow.
So I kept building it. I kept adding different packs, going from here to there. The first 2 months, I can put the number out there. I made maybe $20,000 or something.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, something crazy. So that's what made me keep doing it. And I'm like, it's helping people, and I'm hearing it on people's songs, and I'm like, okay, this is actually helping the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's helping people. It's giving them the real swag on their songs. You know what I'm saying? So any producers that's on here, y'all want me on your song for cheap, you know what I'm saying? Go download one of my packs on swagsample.com. You know what I'm saying?
Did y'all hear that? Swag Sample. Swagsample.com. You can have J-Mo on your project, man. That's so dope. Wow. Yeah. So now I appreciate it. I was like, oh my God, what is he doing? This is not an album. Sample sounds. Oh my God.
Yeah.
People can actually have some music from you somewhere on, because I write quickly to guitars too. Any kind of guitar parts or a beat, I lose my mind. I'm ready. I'm like, so I'm gonna have to download me some sounds. Get me.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and get you some. I got drums on there. I got keyboards.
I knew it
into a whole company. I got.
That's
Charlie
beautiful.
Burrell,
You do. Charlie is amazing too. I forgot about Charlie. I started with him on this project, and we never finished the one song we have together. Oh,
yeah,
that's dope.
It's a full legit company. You know, I'm trying to find the right team to help me make it come all the way together. But once I saw the numbers, and I'm like, okay, these companies are getting over on a lot of us. So if you're a musician out there, I would suggest that you make your own website and stop going through all these other platforms to sell your stuff. You're going to see the direct numbers of what you're really worth, you know, versus what they're telling you.
Did y'all hear that? That's a word right there. And you're very smart at being an entrepreneur. Like you see something and then you went click. Let me turn this here for me. And go directly to my fan base. And I learned from, this is why I wanted this platform, for people to learn more about, it's not just the instrument. We are making a living doing this. We're living, this is our livelihood. Nothing is for free. Yeah. Nothing is for free. We have babies, we have children, we have college funds, we have things to take care of. So I wanted people to know more about you. I had to get you on this show, and now I know why. Any more questions? We're getting close to the end. Please give your best advice for independent artists. Wow. I'm gonna let you go first. I'm just newly coming back into this. Because right now it's harder because we don't know what we're doing. We're figuring it out, navigating.
It's a weird time right now. It's just so weird. I would just say, network. You know what I mean? The same thing we always say: network with as many people as you can. The main thing I would say, number one, is make sure your music is like amazing. You know what I'm saying? So when you hit play on whoever it is, it's dope. Like for sure. Like okay, if they don't like this, I know they really kind of hate it. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of got to go through that process with, getting a few opinions here and there, making sure your music is all the way right before you start going out and trying to shop it here and do this and that. So it's like you got to be your own A&R when you're an independent artist. You got to take on a lot of jobs by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say.
Yeah, you're right. Study your craft. Understand the difference between business and being a creative, because there's artistry and then there's business. I would say just study the business of music and study your music. Those are the two things. And relationships are so important in the industry. Being kind to people and not using people, be upfront and right away, just know that people this is their life, so treat it with care and like you would want someone to treat you, because karma comes back. It has to make a visit if you do the wrong things. So yeah, it ain't free too. This music is not. Everything costs. Everything. To create this, it costs so much money. People don't even know that part, but we won't go into all that. I'm just glad this platform exists and just having you here to do that. Oh, there's another question. Jairus, for someone talented like yourself, how do you stop yourself from becoming Hollywood? Have you ever lost yourself creatively listening to others around you? Ooh, this is a good question. Is somebody you know? Look at me. I'm messing with you. I'm messing.
How do I stop myself from becoming Hollywood? I think for me, I was just raised a certain type of way, so I'm not easily persuaded to hang out with this crowd or try to fit in type of thing. Mm-hmm. I was always taught to be the leader, so that's how I carry myself. So I like to just get the work done. I don't do too much partying with artists.
Yeah, you be out.
Yeah, I'm out there. You know what I'm saying? I can party with my friends and myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think a lot of people get caught up in. The glamour and the glitz and glamour, trying to party and hang out, and then you look up, it's 5 years later, you haven't done really any music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, what happened? Like, you just clubbed all your time away and just partied and got drunk the whole time. So that's just me, you know what I mean? As far as what was the other half of the question? I can't remember.
The other have you ever lost yourself creatively listening to others around you?
Listening to others? No, I don't think I can, because that's where you get inspired by others. You know what I mean? So me listening to others, I don't see like people will probably think me and Isaiah Sharkey or whoever would be going at it or jealous of each other but when we come together and I look at it, it's like we just helping each other out, man. We're helping out the whole world by coming together. You know what I mean? So that's just how I look at it. When I hear somebody else, I'm always drawing. I don't get intimidated or anything. It's just like, wow, that's beautiful, man. Like, especially when I heard like people like Jubu and all that, it's like those are the people that'll probably.
You keep naming all my favorites, and I keep forgetting about them. Jubu was the first one, man.
Yeah, Jubu was probably the closest one to be like, I think I'm gonna quit for like a week.
No, but I went to school with Jubu. I went to school when he was playing classical music. When they were teaching him classical, as he's in church doing quartet. So he was still in church, but learning classical and being Jubu.
I grew up the same way. So when me and him connected, it was like little brother, big brother. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a real connection. We had a long talk. I remember the first time I met him, I was like 16 or 15.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, my mom used to let me go because I had like homies that was older, so she used to let me go with them. We would go to different jam sessions.
Yeah,
I met him at Cozy.
I know you lost your mind.
Lost my mind. You know what I'm saying? We out there talking till like 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like he's giving me all this game. Like that was one of my moments. Shout out to Jubu.
Jubu is the man. If you guys don't know John Jubu Smith, he's one of the most incredible guitarists from the Bay Area. His brother Eric Smith, he's played bass for Rihanna. Jubu is on so many records. Luther Vandross, he plays with Mozee right now. A bunch of people. He has his own group. His songwriting is amazing. But yeah, Jubu played on my first independent album on Soul Singer. So he was that's the first. So him and Errol Cooney is another wonderful guitarist. But I love the players, man. You got to be around the best, or just sit down. Sit down. I'm going to finish up because we got like 3 minutes. Any other questions? Let's see. So during COVID and what is going on in the world, are these inspirations for your music? I know for me, it's like people are just now starting to come back to, the mainstream folk are just now coming back to writing songs that inspire us. But for me, I've always been writing these kinds of songs, whether we had COVID or not. It's just been a part of the makeup of who I am as an artist. So I'm glad we're finally catching on and not just writing trap music, which I love. Mind you, I have a trap song, High. You can't tell, but it is. And so I love all music. I'm just saying we've been doing this, like writing for art and creating for the world to feel better and not for money or to be popular. That's not our thing. That's why I'm the wild card. I move around and do what I want, to make quality, long-lasting legacy of music. And that's why I have the people right here, J-Mo here, around people who create like that, like-minded spirits. So it kind of works. And but yeah, this is the time to have this kind of music forward and up front. What did we gravitate towards when things started getting crazy? D Nice played black soul music and it lifted us. It wasn't a booty song. It wasn't a thought song. It was inspired me. We had What's Going On and Inner City Blues. We had You're My Darling, Darling, Baby. I mean, we were in it. Back to soul music. So that's why I wanted to create this kind of platform and other platforms and music that center around that. So J-Mo, listen. I love your music, Leslie, and you've been going to your concerts back when I got a new pair of iPods and listen to you today. I am a 70-year-old woman. Gone. So where do I get the CD? I do not know where we get CDs right now because we've been stuck in the house. But they should be. I tried to look in Target. But I do know if you go to my website, ledisi.com, on my store page, my store has CDs. So you can get it from my store. Just press the store page and Hello Merch will show up and you can buy it from my store. But I don't know any stores out there because I just went to Target once and I couldn't find it. But I've been doing all the rules and kind of staying home. And so I don't know anywhere else. But I do have some here, but my mom's waiting for hers, and so I don't have any to give out. All right, Korea, South Korea. I love Korea. I remember performing there. We got one more song I'm gonna play, but before I do that, I want to say once again thank you, J-Mo, for doing Wildcard Wednesday this Wednesday, and I just appreciate you for being on my project and answering the questions to all our fan base, because this is us right here. We're together in this. And please, you guys, support J-Mo by going to swagsample.com. If you need any of his music, please go to his Instagram website. Just start with J-Mo the Great on Instagram. Follow him there. Get his album, The Garden. I'm getting it right after we get off of here, and I'll probably have more questions, but we'll do another part 2, hopefully, and have some more friends on with us. Thank you for joining us from all over the world, all my fan base. Thank you for getting the wild card. Please get it. It's out today. Support the project. And J-Mo, we have a #2 top R&B urban AC song called Anything for You on the Billboard chart, my dear. And listen, tell us about some of the inspiration from, because you came up with this music, you and Rex, and I saw you lay it myself. I said, hallelujah. And it was just so amazing. You knew what the energy I was looking for, but where did you grab from, like, the inspiration from the energy of it?
So I mean, I got a lot of secrets, but I'm tapped in. I'm tapped in spiritually to the
same thing,
Creator. Yeah. The infinite energy that's going on around us.
Yeah.
So once you told me where you wanted to go, I just closed my eyes and I go to the infinite energy structure that I tapped into, and it just
y'all. He had his eyes closed. I'm gonna tell it, y'all. When he started playing, I said, I want that feel good Prince energy with the the whole. I gotta have that. Just the church sitting on the porch kind of energy. Just simple, nothing over the top. And he leaned back in his chair, had his guitar, and then your eyes closed, and then your face went. You did this church face. My God. I said, get it, J-Mo! And all them notes, you were gone. He was gone. It's like you forgot we were in the room with you. It was so beautiful. The way you laid the whole guitar part, and you and Rex just went to town. I still didn't have no lyrics. None at all.
You gave us the vibe, though. Look what happened. Yeah,
and here we are.
#1.
It's almost #1, y'all. Get us up there. Thank you guys for hanging out. We're going to leave out with Anything for You. And if it just cuts off, that means we going home. So don't stick around. I'll see you guys again soon. Next week, I have a special guest. I'll tell you in advance, and you can tell your friends. Robert Glasper will be here next week, and we're going to talk about him being on the wild card. I hope you guys come back and hang out with us. Thank you, J-Mo, again. Go get the garden, the swagsample.com. J-Mo the Great. There it is right there. Look at it. Please, you guys, follow him, support him, love on him like I do. Thank you, Ron, for doing all the sound and making sure we look good on this camera. Here's Anything for You, y'all. The #2 R&B adult contemporary song that's out there. Thank you for supporting it. Here we go, y'all. See you next time next week, okay? All right. Woo. Listen to J-Mo. Woo! Ridiculous.
I could to honor you. And when I open my eyes, there's joy each day. What a blessing. I'm waking up next to you. Your kisses are a sweet surprise.
Everybody's lighting up.
I believe you're in my life.
Crazy.
The impossible is possible because of you. I will love you past forever. I'll do anything for you. I will do anything for you. Heart and soul. I'll do anything for you. You are my life. My life. One means us two. Yeah, yeah. I'll do anything for you. Time. Don't wanna waste no time on broken pieces from the past.
Lord have mercy.
We have now nothing special.